Now, both Sargon of Akkad and the Quartering were hollering, noticing that a lot of channels, a lot of independent content creators are noticing a massive drop in viewership. And I have to admit, yeah, I'm noticing it too. And all of the content creators that I speak with are also noticing the drop. And so the question is, like, what causes it? Can it be fixed? Now, the Quartering has released a video that I dissected on my live stream, where he addresses some of the criticism for his channel, and he is taking measures to try to improve some of the things. One of the issues that he is complaining about is the fact that his content is becoming boring. Like, there's a lot of videos where he just reads an article and gives a react to it. And apparently, a lot of people don't like that anymore. He also talks about how he does too many ads. Too many ads, he's going to cut down on those as well. And he's making these changes because he's worried. As a YouTuber, apparently he hires a staff of 8 people. He had to fire most of them, and now he has a staff of only 3. And so the question is he right? I don't think so. I don't think like this is necessarily the main issue. Because if you're looking at his subscribers, he's got 2 million, right? People say, well, the reason he's losing viewership is because his videos are boring. And my counter argument is that it's precisely the fact that the videos are boring that he has 2 million subscribers. By making boring videos, but a lot of them, he is able to shotgun videos out, and all he needs is clicks. So his channel isn't some deep philosophical dive. This is not a very charismatic person that is managing to hook an audience with his cult of personality. This is not the type of content that's extremely entertaining. No, this is the type of content that I like to call the morning news. People wake up in the early morning, and it's kind of like reading the papers. They go to his channel and they look at the headlines, like what exactly happened in the last 24 hours. And they see the headlines, and they play it as background noise. Like while they're in their car going to work, while they're in their bus, while they're playing a video game. That is why people go to channels like the Quartering. That is why he has 2 million subscribers. As long as he does that, as long as he selects the information that's most relevant to his audience from what happened in the last 24 hours, that is his purpose being served. And so why isn't it working suddenly? What's going on? Well, one of the main issues that he talked about are indeed the ads. But it's not the ads that he talked about. He talked about the coffee brand coffee, the Trump cookbook. I don't think that's the issue. My brother in Christ, if you have a video that's like 14 minutes and it's filled with these types of ads, I have watched this video on my live stream and I couldn't finish it. That's how many ads there were. Now here's the thing. I don't have ad block because I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not going to have ads on my channel and then install ad block. But I do have common sense. It is okay if one channel has one ad. It is okay if one channel with a 14-minute video has 2 ads. But when you're going to 10 ads in 14 minutes, that's 1 ad per minute. Give me a fucking break. Not even Twitch is that greedy. And so it's not even ideological that people will click off. They're not saying, oh, you're too greedy, I'm clicking off. No, what happens is like somebody's playing a video game and is running a Quartering video on background as white noise, which is how you're supposed to watch his channel. And all of a sudden, they hear loud music from an ad, completely disrupting the feng shui. And they're like, okay, fine, like it's one ad, whatever. And then one other music, interrupts the video. And now people have to alt-tab from their game in order to fix it. How many times do you think they're going to alt-tab before they're going to change the channel? Like this is psychological. Again, people are willing to understand 1, maybe 2. But when you're bombarding them, and by the way, if you didn't know, like content creators can set the number of them, it becomes, a little bit greedy, but it's greedy at your disadvantage. Because there's no point in having too many ads if no one is going to watch the video, right? So I think he's actually going to get more watch time if he's a little bit more conservative with his ad placement. The other issue is the sponsorships, right? Like he keeps talking about coffee brand coffee and other things. I notice how other content creators do it, that they actually integrate the ad within the actual video. So for instance, there's a historical channel that I like to watch, and he would talk about Julius Caesar and how Julius Caesar got betrayed. And then he would say, none of this would have happened if Julius Caesar would have maintained his privacy and installed a VPN. None of his legal framework would have been tied back to him, and so people wouldn't know that he is the problem. Right? Like, you see what he does there? Like, he's a little bit funny, a little bit energetic while selling the sponsorship. Apparently, people like that a little bit more than just, you know, having a boring, bland, corporate sanitized face pushing a paid sponsorship. Now, those are things that he can change. Unfortunately, there are a couple of things that he can't. And I think it's just the changing of the season, the new time that's coming, which is affecting a lot of channels like ours. Which, again, they're mostly to inform people on what happened yesterday, bring up the daily papers so that they can read our headlines, our titles, and get a little bit informed. AI. I think AI is absolutely crushing us. The main reason is, first of all, like how we grow our channels. YouTube has already crushed our growth when it decided to tinker with the algorithm, make it almost impossible for our videos to appear in the search engine. If you have a remotely political channel or a remotely controversial channel, what ends up happening is that the authoritative sources take over. So I can make the most insightful political video in the history of this platform. It's still going to be buried under CNN, MSNBC, all of the alphabet soup networks. And so, in order to bypass that, in order to still get subscribers, what a lot of us would do is they would make shorts. Because the shorts algorithm operated differently. So shorts didn't actually give you that much revenue for making them. But what they did is like they would act like a promo for your channel. Like people would see the short. If it was well made, they would just subscribe to your channel. The problem now is that the entire shorts algorithm is absolutely dominated by AI. I'm not going to say that all of it is AI slop, because I've seen some videos that obviously are made with AI, but they're still okay. Like there's a guy that talks about 40K. He talks about 40K from his own experience, but, you know, he uses AI pictures as visual stimuli. That's what he does, and that's how he dominates the shorts thing, right? So, most of it is dominated by AI. Obviously, you know, people with AI have more time in order to pump up as many shorts as possible, and they're absolutely burying the individual content creators, making recruitment to our channels even more difficult than it was before. So, also, when you realize the AI is a thing, you also notice another problem. Why would people come to our channels? Why did people go to the Quartering? Why would people go to Sargon? Well, they're going for the morning newspaper. Like, they want to see the events that happened in the last 24 hours. There's a lot of people now that use chatbots, right? Like, they use a waifu, big titty anime bimbo, and they write, like, what happened in the last 24 hours in the video game industry. How did the woke get their asses kicked? And the anime girl is going to say, well, the idiots tried making this game got cancelled. She's going to jiggle her tits and then say, Stellar Blade is doing even better than expected, bypassing all projections, and then she's also going to add a ooh at the end. And a lot of people realize, well, why do I need to go to the Quartering now? Why do I need to go to Tim Pool? I can just ask the anime lady what happened in Iran last night, and she just tells me. And then you can interact and talk with her, and she searches the internet real time, right? So, like, this is a new destabilizing technology that, unfortunately, content creators like us will need to find a way around it. We're going to have to show to the public that we're still relevant, that we can still provide the service. And, you know, finally, I also think that the algorithm may have changed because, as we noticed, there's another conflict in the Middle East. When America goes to war, whether we like it or not, the mainstream media and now even the social media are going to beat the war drum. They're going to find out what is the acceptable things to talk about, what aren't the acceptable things to talk about, what type of perspective you're supposed to have on the war versus which one you're not supposed to have. And so, one of the interesting things that they do is that they don't want to be viewed as censors, right? Like America surely would never censor public speech about an important and significant conflict in the Middle East. No, but what they do is they suppress everyone that's not trustworthy, like people that they don't trust to have the brain capacity in order to analyze the conflict from a proper way, and they're going to prop up the shills. So all of a sudden, you're going to see content creators that have the correct takes manage to have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views on the most basic bitch take that you hear on TV. Meanwhile, another content creator that may have like an interesting or a different take, you know, maybe back it up with historical equivalent or, you know, talk about certain things that maybe you didn't know, well, that person is going to have 5,000 views. It's not censorship, it's just like tinkering a little bit with the scales. Making sure that the people that say correct things are promoted, people that say incorrect things are being suppressed. Now, that doesn't mean that if you say the correct things, you're promoted either. It means that, you know, if you're not affiliated with a corporation, if you're not affiliated with some NGO, chances are they don't trust you. Because, like, okay, he's saying the correct things now. But what if tomorrow he chimps out? And so, yeah, the conflict in the Middle East may also have some sort of effect on the viewership. Also, the fact that AI is actually developing right now, so chances are that YouTube is constantly updating its bots and its algorithm for detecting stuff. And so maybe it has a bot that actually detects everything you have in your video based on context. Like up until now, they couldn't do that. Up until now, you could bypass censorship like the Quartering used to do by talking about the COOF rather than say COVID, the Fauci ouchie rather than say vaccine. But now with Google Gemini, if you feed the actual text, it will say, yes, the YouTuber is trying to bypass certain censorship keywords by using these things. And then the AI can probably, you know, also have the ability to suppress the information or promote it. I don't know. I'm just speculating because at the end of the day, this is actually happening, right? It's not just one channel, two channels. It's a lot of content creators, right? Like every YouTuber has been noting drop in views in June. And Sargon of Akkad is also saying that everything I watch, political and non-political, had much slower view counts in the first 24 hours than they used to. And this is true, right? I myself have noticed on the other channels that I watch, because if it was just a me thing, I would say, okay, well, maybe it's my content. But it seems to be platform-wide. Let me know what you guys have noticed, and as usual, I will see you on my live stream. Take care.